words President Donald Trump has been assassinated are ever uttered, one of the biggest constitutional crises of recent American history would begin to play out. Believe me, it would be a mess. Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today we're asking the unthinkable question of what if President Donald Trump was assassinated? Let's start the video by saying that absolutely nobody should want this to happen. Even if you're opposed to a politician, so opposed that you vehemently dislike them, killing them really isn't an option and won't really eradicate an issue that is much deeper than one individual. So what would happen in the immediate aftermath has already been planned. Of course, the government has to be prepared. The second the president is hit, there will be absolute chaos. Security services will try and get the area on lockdown and also look for the perpetrator. A bubble will form around the president as on the scene medics will check his vital signs. When the worst is confirmed, a government-approved medical vehicle will take the president's body to a nearby hospital for confirmation. The body will then most likely be flown in Air Force One to Washington for an official autopsy. While authorities are dealing with the general chaos at the scene of the crime, if the assassination took place in plain public view, the news will slowly start to seep out on social media platforms that the president has been hit and injured. News crews that weren't already there will arrive at the scene, and many questions that the government is not yet prepared to answer will be asked. It will not yet be confirmed if the president has died. If the assassination took place in a more private place, details will not be given to the press for hours. Of course, if we're talking Trump's death here, Fox News would be among the first to receive the news. CNN, unfortunately, would be the last. Vice President Mike Pence would hear the news within the hour and would be moved to a secret, guarded location for safety where he would wait for further instructions. Government officials at the White House would be in touch with other world leaders to share the news. And finally, the global news will go out. The president is dead. Schools will be cancelled for the day, people will return home from work, and the country will be on a high state of alert, as would other allied nations for fear of global destabilization. Meanwhile, senior government officials, so basically the leaders of Congress, the Supreme Court, and the cabinet, would be transported to local secure government facilities and briefed. Once Trump's death was confirmed, Mike Pence would be sworn in as the 46th President of the United States and would address the world in a televised press conference. Pence would then be taken in Air Force One to the White House, and the states would observe a week of national mourning. Flags would fly at half-mast, and it is possible that President Trump's body would be laid out in the White House for viewing. Trump would then have a huge state funeral with a grand procession down Pennsylvania Avenue. The world would say goodbye to the most controversial president in recent history. But of course, Trump is more than just the 45th President of the United States. He's a husband, a father, and a grandfather, and his family will also go into mourning for him. From day one, a worldwide manhunt would take place to find the perpetrator, which hopefully will leave far fewer questions than the arrest of Lee Harvey Oswald. If the perpetrator killed the president in a state that still has the death penalty, this could be how they would meet their end. That, or they would never be released from their cell. Depending on who did it, the assassination of the president could be extremely divisive for the American people, who really do not need another civil war. For those opposed to the more right-wing views of Trump, they will not enjoy President Pence, and probably whomever he chooses to be his vice president. Pence is staunchly conservative, especially when it comes to abortion and LGBTQ rights, including gay marriage. He is pro-smoking, and he doesn't believe it harms health. He wants to defund HIV and AIDS treatments and research. He wants to remove women from the military. He wants to redefine rape, and he believes in discriminating against Americans if they do not share his religious beliefs. In short, Trump's assassination would be a testing time for many, many people. So that is what would happen if President Trump was assassinated. But guys, don't worry. Since the last presidential assassination in 1963, security is much tighter, and the chances are nobody can get near the prez. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Life's Biggest Questions. Do let me know what you thought of this video, and also if you have any further detail, then leave that in the comments section down below. For now, I'm Rebecca Felgate. Remember to stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.